Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan. I want to thank you so much for being here. If you are a returning viewer, I haven't made any posts recently because I got really sick, but I'm doing better. And now I just wanted to get on here with my cup of coffee and share a little bit about what I've been up to. Mostly being sick. Secondly, about way too many books last month. I think we were at 5. So far, I'm at 1. I'm going to make a little caveat here and mention that it was a used book. It was $7. My Dress Up Darling. I have no regrets. Volume 1. Super excited. I started reading a little bit of it last night and I'm so jazzed about that. Don't mind if I wheeze or start coughing during this video. Next up, we are at The Cruel Prince. I started reading this on Kindle Unlimited, but my subscription is running up soon, so I decided I wanted to buy the book. I cannot tell you what a good time I'm having. Holly Black can write. This woman can write. Her little world is so descriptive. I absolutely adore Jude. And look at this map. It's so cute. There's a mermaid on it, and there's just so many things to look at. I honestly have spent quite a bit of time just looking at the map itself because it's so beautiful. It's like a seahorse. Anyway, there's been quite a few events. Specifically, chapter 17 through 19, not a good time for Jude. Not a good time at all. I think I'm on chapter 26 right now. I'm right in the middle of chapter 26, and we got stuff going down. I am within the last 100 pages, so I am kind of sad that it's almost done, but I'm really having a good time, and I will be continuing this series. Next up, I kind of put this aside for a little bit. I don't know why, because Angela Carter can write some bangers. I got to page 74, and that's right in the middle of The Tiger's Bride. Super interesting stories. They're really gothic and really sexy. And I had such a good time with The Bloody Chamber, which is, the name of the book, but it is one of the stories. It's the very first story that's in here. One of my favorite things about this particular copy is the keys. There's a key in the front, and then there's a lock in the back, which is an important piece to the main plot of The Bloody Chamber. I was shook at the end of that story, I'll be honest. I think it was about like 50 pages, and the plot was so good. I really felt like it could have gone on for much longer, and I would have been very much invested in the story. So I'm going to continue reading that. Probably after I finish The Cruel Prince, just so I can get that book wrapped up. Next up, I've been reading from my library holds Girl from the Other Side, Shul Arun. Number 6 is the volume that I'm on currently. I don't even think I've started it yet, but I'll eventually get around to it because I do need to return those books. I've already extended the hold once, and I would prefer not to do it again. I would really like to just get those out because I think I have like 10 volumes and they just genuinely need to go back to their home. Next up, I am farther on than this, but I'm right in the middle of Jay Kristoff's Empire of the Vampire, and this is such a good time, but it's also super dark, and I was just not in a mental place where I could handle all of the shitty stuff that keeps happening in this book. So I kind of put that aside for the past like week or so. I have been listening to it audibly from the library, and that's been helping. I really like listening to it, but I also really enjoy looking at the artwork that's in this book. Because it's stunning, quite frankly. Anyway, I'm really excited to get that finished up. Would probably help if I only focused on one book, but you know. Anyway, next up, I was reading Hot Ice by Nora Roberts. This book is so cheesy. Oh my god. I got a few pages in. I think I was about like 69 pages in. Giggity. And it's so weird because, okay, so here's the plot line. Main characters are Whitney McAllister and Douglas Lord. Whitney is the most reckless socialite I have ever witnessed in my entire life. Our first impression of Whitney is that she just got off. I think she literally just got off the plane and is driving home from some sort of like trip to exotic destination unknown. And she's like, I'm just so bored with life. I'm just so bored of being rich. And like, what's the point of traveling if all I have to do is just call and make the plans and all of this? And she's just so miserable and rich and bored. I cannot stress to you the importance of all of those three things that she is. And she's just hanging out, driving in her car, going home. Enter Douglas. Douglas rounds the corner, being shot at by persons unknown. And he just jumps in the car and is like, drive. And Whitney is like, okay, I'm bored and rich. And I don't have anything else better to do. So this woman, with no thought for her well-being at all, just takes this man home after being shot at by persons unknown, takes him into her house, and she's just like, you know what? You've got secrets. Excuse me. You've got secrets, and I want to know what's going on. So Douglas has the ability, he's a thief. Okay? He's a hot thief. That's all we really know about Douglas. And Whitney is a hot, bored socialite. That's really, again, physical characteristics unknown. So Whitney takes no time, no convincing, like -1 convincing for Douglas to be like, I need some money. I need a backer to get me to the riches. And she's like, yeah, you owe me like $300 for the damage to my car. And I'm going to get that money back. So I'm going to get that treasure and I'm going to fund you. And I'm going to bill you for every single thing that you use. So Whitney just pulls out her little, this woman has like a notebook and her little planner, if you will, and she just starts writing down every single red cent that she spends on Douglas. She's so petty about it. And so all we know is that she's rich and she is ruthless. There are no gifts with Miss Whitney. She expects full payment plus interest. And so cut to Whitney and Douglas on an airplane. And they're in the air, just flying about, howdly doodly. Whitney lights up a cigarette. It might be Douglas. I don't know. But one of them lights a cigarette on the plane. And at that point, I had to stop. Because in what world are we allowed to smoke on airplanes? And I was like, this is like a fairly new book. And it 1987, I'm pretty sure. 1987 was when this book came out. And so obviously I went down the rabbit hole apparently you could smoke on the plane on some airlines up to the late or like in the 90s. So that was like a whole new world for me. That was that was like the first thing where I was like, that's not realistic. We don't do that. And so like we have like a little shopping scene montage where Whitney just is like, you look like a bum and I can't be bothered to be associated with bum like people. So she just basically takes him on a really expensive shopping trip and then just writes it down in her little book. So I stopped reading it because I had some friends who wanted to do a buddy read of The Cruel Prince. But once that's done and Angela Carter's done and The Empire of the Vampire's done, I do intend to read this book. It's just so corny. And like initially, I was like, this is stupid. Why do I want to keep reading this book? I called it hot garbage at one point, and I'm sorry. I'm I'm sorry, Miss Roberts. I shouldn't doubt you because I know that you're gonna give me a little twirly-roo, little whirly bird somewhere right around here, and I expect no less than one detailed spicy scene and maybe two closed door spicy scenes. Probably right around. Let's see if I can find it. Wait, let's see if I can do it. It's gonna be right around here. Not a smutty scene, but usually I'm pretty good about this. Anyway, I'll continue reading it and I'll keep you posted. But I just wanted to come in here and get this video done because it's football day. And my little book nook is currently being filled with the sounds of football and football noises. But I hope you had a fun time, and I really appreciate you being here. If you stayed all the way through, I will continue posting my videos. I'm not sure what I want to do with this channel. I definitely, I obviously love to read books, but I was going to try and start going with like the whole bandwagon of like, oh, let's read all these new releases and whatnot. But there's enough people out there that do that way better than me. So after these, I think I'm going to end up reading a lot of other books that I have. I do have The God and the Gumi Ho, which I'm really excited about. Also, The Assassin's Apprentice. This one, so jazzed about. These are the new ones that I got at Target the other day. The God of the Woods, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Say that 12 times fast. You can't. And then we've got One Dark Window. Eventually, I will get to Haunting Adeline. Wait, that's Hunting Adeline. And then I really want to get to this one, The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reid. I read Juniper and... Was it Juniper and Thorn? Where is it? That right here. Yeah. Juniper and Thorn. I really appreciated this book. I find myself frequently coming back to it when I start thinking critically about it. First of all, I love the cover. The serpents, I was kind of like, what's that all about? There's so much symbolism behind the cover here. Really appreciated this book. I'm actually I want to go through it and annotate it because the story is really interesting. It's got kind of like a Slavic it's Russian. God, don't come after me. I'm so sorry if I'm dumb. It's very Russian based, and I really like that. So I'll probably eventually read that. I do have to finish. I don't have to. I stopped reading Iron Flame because I just got to a point where I just started hate reading it, and I didn't want that to be the experience because I did enjoy. Where is it? Don't mind me. I did enjoy Fourth Wing. Okay, I tabbed it. I enjoyed it. I didn't like go nuts with annotations. I think I just literally tabbed it, and I had a good time. It's not great writing, but it passes the time. What else have I got? I'm just rambling now. Oh my god. Mark of Chaos and Creation. Oh, I keep thinking about this book. I had such a friggity fun time annotating this book. This is possibly one of my favorite annotations. Yeah, like oh god, there was a certain point where I noticed that the word kiddo kept coming up. And so I was like, man, that's strange. I don't know if that's just bugging me or what, but I really don't like the word kiddo. So I just started like circling it. And it turns out it's not just me. Word kiddo comes up quite a bit. But also Thumbelina, that is just the cutest little nickname. Oh, look at this. Teamwork. What a great chapter. I still miss Malachite, but I have a feeling His Highness will make an appearance soon now that Demas is redacted. No spoilers. But seriously, if you have a chance to, this is such a fun time. I enjoyed this for many reasons. First of all, the character is really entertaining. Cara Levine, she's my girl. I love how she's described. I love her tattoos. I love how she keeps up with her appearances. I love the different outfit descriptions there were in this book. I was a little bit confused because there are like these, like at the very beginning of the chapters, some of them, there are these sections where it's like the Arianite Empire Decree number X. And they're all out of order and they go up pretty high. And I'm just like, are we going to get a list of like all of the decrees? I don't know. But I do know that I love Miss Arabella's work so much that I noticed she was having a sale on her Kindles, her digital stuff and physical. But I ended up buying. I had the Mark of Chaos and Creation already, and then I got the second of her books, the Mark of Dreams, and oh, I'm so sorry, I don't remember the next title, but I've got the second book up there. Got that on the Kindle for like $1. And then I got the completely out of frame at this point. And then I got her third book of the series for like $5. I pre-ordered it, so hopefully it'll be available January. Maybe. We'll see. But I'll be patient. And I'm kind of just like biding my time. I don't normally like to jump from like I don't like to binge series. I don't know. It's just not my thing. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't fill my cup. It doesn't serve me. So I don't do that. But I have been yearning for Miss Arabella's writing. So I think that might be in the future for me as well. So let me know what you think. Do you like the idea of me reading not I'm not going to say not well known because Miss Roberts is like up there, but lesser discussed books? Because I kind of feel like not everyone, a lot of people on BookTube talk about like the same books that keep getting pumped out, and quite frankly, it's exhausting. I can't keep up. I don't have the budget for it, nor the desire, nor the time. I've got a full-time job and family to take care of. So I do have a bunch of mass market paperbacks over here. So I've got, shut the front door. My shifter romance. I am so jazzed for this. Burning Wild. She's thick. This is over 400 pages. I hear my timer going off. I have to go take the chicken out of the oven, but I will be back. Maybe. Perhaps. Oh, I'm struggling. Anyway, we'll be back. Let me know what you think about lesser talked about books. I just want to keep things interesting. I definitely do not want to go through stuff that everyone else is talking about. So, toodles, I hope you're having a good night, and I hope you enjoyed my chaotic video.